Review: Can diabetes-free really cure you of diabetes? Diabetes has affected just about everyone. Millions of people suffer with the disease and many more have had to deal with a friend or family member suffering or even death. In places like the United States, diabetes has reached almost epidemic levels. And, yet, there is no obvious cure for this disease that affects so many people. Is there really not enough information out there for doctors and medical scientists to come up with some course of treatment to radically alter how we view diabetes? Dr. David Pearson seems to think there is plenty of information. He wrote Diabetes Free, a book that details exactly how he managed to discover a cure for one of the world's most nefarious ailments. In this diabetes-free review, you will discover if Dr. Pearson's findings have any basis in reality or if they are just another in a long line of disappointments. How did diabetes-free come about? Dr. David Pearson has been a medical doctor for quite some time. One of the main reasons he went to medical school was to find out if there could ever be a cure for diabetes. Like many doctors in the field, he decided to study information about the pancreas where glucose is produced. After extensive research, his findings showed what most every other piece of research showed: diabetes was incurable. Indeed, the medical establishment will have you believe that no cure exists for diabetes, and Dr. Pearson thought so too. But, his interest in the subject never wavered. He went back to his research and discovered a calculation error. One of the most promising substances for a potential cure was called the insulin-like growth factor or IGF. Dr. Pearson's calculations in regard to IGFs were off in his initial studies. When he realized the error, he recognized the IGFs were just as, if not more, powerful than insulin at stabilizing glucose levels in the body. The answer to diabetes had been in our bodies the entire time. Why have I not heard about this? Being a medical professional, Dr. Pearson was steeped in the world of medicine for money. One of the problems with Big Pharma, posits Dr. Pearson, is that it has very little incentive to search for a cure for diabetes. Many other diseases like polio or measles have been all but wiped out because of curative vaccines. So, why not diabetes? Again, the medical establishment does not have any inclination to offer an easy diabetes cure that would rob them of money. Indeed, the pharmaceutical industry makes billions of dollars each year solely off of diabetes patients. When Dr. Pearson tried to publish his findings, no major medical journal or newspaper would take him up on the offer. They all had a stake in the money-making machine that is Big Pharma, according to Dr. Pearson. What exactly is Diabetes Free? Diabetes Free is an e-book that Dr. Pearson wrote because his findings would not have been published elsewhere. In the book, he talks about one of the key factors for eliminating diabetes from your body: increasing IGF production. He and his team of medical experts traveled the world looking for the right combinations of natural ingredients to increase IGF production in the liver. When they finally found the right formula, they obviously wanted to get it out the masses as soon as possible. In Diabetes Free, you will find a step-by-step guide for minimizing and eventually eliminating diabetes, both type 1 and type 2. Many people have tried the system and they have done so with great success. The book talks about all of the following: how to increase IGF production, the right diet for diabetics, what herbs and supplements are beneficial, how to exercise to amplify the program's success. Many people have seen positive results in as little as 2 weeks. Dr. Pearson's writing is passionate and to the point, and you will never feel like you are lost in complex medical jargon. He explains everything in layman's terms and he does so with ease. Any downsides? You might be thinking that Dr. Pearson is some kind of snake oil salesman or that he does not have your best interest at heart. After all, many ebooks like these pop up from time to time and produce middling results. It is important to understand, however, that Dr. Pearson is a licensed professional who has poured countless hours of research into finding a cure for diabetes. The information in his book is all scientifically sound and completely natural. If anything, the fact that you can't only get it online is a bit of a disadvantage. Final verdict. All in all, Diabetes Free is an interesting and potentially palliative ebook that many people will enjoy. Of course, it also happens to be able to change your life forever. If you have diabetes or you know someone who does, then this book could be invaluable for their future. You will no longer have to worry about the frustrating side effects of the disease and you can wean yourself off pharmaceuticals for good. This ebook should be #1 on your list of diabetes literature. That is why we give it a full 10 out of 10.